Yes, sir. Understood.
Hello guys, welcome to another tutorial. This time we are going to learn how to create a storyboard, an animatic storyboard like this in Blender. For those who don't know me, I'm a concept artist, but I work from time to time as storyboard artist. So I decided to help you to create a storyboard like this in Blender, okay? Because I think it's going to be very useful for some of you. And we are going to learn basic grease pencil, material, brushes, layers, mask, a little bit of modeling, but I'm not gonna help you to model all the scene because this is not a modeling tutorial, okay? I'm gonna teach you to import Mixamo characters as well, and mixing animations. So if you want, you can rotoscope the character as well. We're going to learn how to make lightning in Eevee, some particles effect like these shots, and some grease pencil effects, and how to edit the video finally, okay? So I think it's going to be very complete, the tutorial, and I hope you enjoy. So let's get started. So let's gonna start with this. This is the scene I created, okay? I can show you in movement because my graphic card is not powerful, it's very old. I think it's a 1070. It takes a while to change from frame to frame, so as you can see it's very slow, okay? But I will show you how to do this even without a powerful graphic card, okay? So let's get started with grease pencil, and I'm gonna make a new scene to help you. Yeah, no, don't save. So the first thing I'd like to teach you is how to use grease pencil, because it's the basic for storyboard artists. So Shift A, grease pencil, blank. It's gonna create a grease pencil object. You have it here. You can see it here. And by default, the center point is here. But I will teach you later how to move this, because this grease pencil is an object. Okay. So it's gonna create something. That's gonna draw something. Okay, you have here, as you can see, it's an object, and you can move this wherever you want. You can see here what is the center point of the object, like another object like this one, for example. This case is here, this case is here in the center of the world, okay? So first of all, we have we add some grease pencil. We have this little menu here, and this another one, drawing plane. And here we have different brushes. This, I don't know, you can try. Some of them are really nice. This is nice. This marker is nice as well. But we are going to use ink pen, okay, by default. So when you draw in origin and view. I'm going to explain you what does it mean this. If I want to draw in view, we are going to draw in the angle of the camera that we see on the screen, okay? But if we change this to front, we are going to draw in this X. Okay, even if I'm like this, you can see it's the same X. So it's different, and if I change the side, we're going to join this side. Okay, to draw something like this. I'm gonna draw something like this. And you can see it's in this X. And if you change to top, it's gonna be from the top. Okay, so view is the most important. It's what we are going to use. I'm gonna delete everything. X. It's gonna draw again. If I change to surface, for example, this is important. Overall, to design our scene, I can draw here something like this. No, it's gonna draw something more sci-fi. Okay. Imagine this is a box or a crate. But as you can see here, the distance is very high. So what we can do is draw again, change this offset, and draw again. Let's try to draw something again. Quite nice, right? You can use some mirror as well in this X. So we just need to draw here, this side. Okay, so we can do something like this, and maybe like this, and so you have here your own design to model our scene. Okay, because we are going to build all the scene with basic shapes like this box. Okay, so it's important, but the most important thing is to change this to origin, because the other one, I think, doesn't work it. Let's talk a little bit about materials and brushes. Okay, this is important. You have here the material tab. You can add new material. As you can see, we have just gonna draw something here. I don't know, some guy. Something quick. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty basic, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna hide this. Okay. If you want to delete or erase with Control, you can do it. That's important as well. And with F, you can increase or decrease the size of your brush. Okay, nice. can you imagine this is our character? Okay. Let's talk a little bit about materials. As you can see, this is an object, so you can change the color of the material. It's gonna call this line. You have here the color. It's gonna use black. Okay. But we can create another material here. Click here, new material. It's gonna call it fill. Okay, and if I draw right now, it's the same, but you can use, instead of stroke, you can use fill, change color as well, and oh, magic. We can use this. To fill our character. Okay. So we have another one, but before to do this, let's gonna talk about layers. Okay. Here we have the layers. We can change this layer to line as well, and we can add another layer. This is like Photoshop layers. Okay, I'm just gonna call this fill as well. We don't need more, and you can move this up and down here with these arrows. And right now we are using this one, the fill material, and this layer as well. So it's gonna fill this object. Yeah. Cool thing about this, that we have this as well. We can change the color when we want. Okay, and more stuff like this. We can use layers, and imagine that you want to do a shadow here because we have the one light here, and we want a shadow here. You don't need to do this because grease pencil is affected by lights. You will see this later on, but you can do it. You can fake it if you want. So I can draw. Let's add another material. And use a fill as well. And it's gonna draw something like this at the beginning. Okay, and I want this shadow affects just this film layer. So you can use mask to do this. Okay, we have here in this layer, it's gonna call shadow as well. And we can use this button here, is mask, and click here and use fill. So this way we can use a mask here. Okay, if you want to see the line again, this is it. You have to tap this here, and that's all. You can still see this. And if you delete some part, it disappears as well from the shadow, okay, because it's a mask. So this is very useful and it's quite nice. This character is draw the same way, okay. If you press play, moves. It's quite nice. You don't need to detail this too much because we are not making some super cool image here, super cool concept, okay. we have to draw many frames. Well, depends on the art director needs, because here I repeat some frames, deletes the gun and modify. I will show you, because the cool thing of this is that you can duplicate this object, you can sculpt this, okay, you can move. I don't like this, I don't like this. Well, you can move and adjust all the proportions of your character. Just a little bit crappy, but you can use this to set up this, and you can use this even to animate. Okay, you see here, you can see that this character have a shadow here, but it's not done this way. I've done this with effects, and that I will show you later on. Okay, so this is the basic for grease pencil, and you need to draw. You need to know how to draw, of course. You are a storyboard artist. You don't need, nobody tells you how to draw. Okay, like this. So let's go with the next part of the tutorial. Okay, so let's go into start to model our scene. We can use any type of scene you want. In my case, I'm gonna use some kind of tunnel I've done, and I wanted to show you how it's done. I'm gonna hide this, I don't need it. I'm gonna make a new cylinder. Rotate this 90 degrees and scale it, scale max. I'm gonna move this up a little bit. So like this, inset. And Shift P for bridge. So we have our tunnel here. We can use this tool here to check our distance. This is gonna be very small, so I'm gonna make it bigger. Yeah. Okay. And I'm gonna create a plane. We don't want a perfect cylinder. Yeah, more or less something like this. This is gonna be our floor. Okay. So this is very basic, but it's more than enough. I'm gonna check the camera here. This is the camera 0. We have to lock to camera view. Okay, and we can check the position of the camera here. This is gonna be one of our camera. This could be one camera. It's going to duplicate this, rotate 90 degrees as well, and move this here. And that's gonna duplicate the camera, and Control 0 to check this one. Here. Okay. I'm gonna make this bigger. This is basic. So the important thing of the camera is that you have to check the focal length, okay? Because if you use some focal length like this, you're going to see much more of the environment, and you can see that, for example, this has to be bigger. We can create some column here. Move this here. It depends on your scene, okay? But the important thing here is the length of the camera. Usually 30 should be okay. And if you want to move the camera back and forth, you click G and Z twice. You can move back and forth the camera, okay? But your scene could be different. So imagine that you have this cube. I'm gonna duplicate this. On this, gonna make a new camera. This is gonna be our new camera. I want this as well, 35. You have to be aware of the eye level. It's gonna be like this. Move this here. It's gonna add another ground. Scale. Oh, we have this here. I want one guy jumping from here to here. Let's say this is Spider-Man, and you want, it's gonna make it one grease pencil object. Okay, and let's say first I want Shift Control D. I want here the center of the grease pencil, okay, and create one blank grease pencil, and I can draw. You want one Spider-Man here. No, more pencil. I want this one. Just to check. I think this is Spider-Man. And we want another frame here. If you want to see this, the other object here, previous, can do it, because here you have your onion skin. Okay, you can see the canvas, layers. You can fade your object. Check this this little menu. Check this little menu, because this is very useful as well too. Okay, so let's imagine we have here I want to show you that, oh, I don't like this and I have to respect the camera angle. You can just move this, select and move. Okay, something like this. Make it smaller as well. Or you can open another viewport. Zoom to this. And move this here, this X, make it smaller. You can do whatever you want. Or even you can sculpt this. Let's check in the timeline. What is this one? Looks that is over this, but look at what is it exactly. This is 3D, so if you want, you can move this here, but not from this, because we are moving all the objects, so I have to edit and move this here. And move down and scale. So this way you can see exactly the position on the 3D space that works. But you don't need it because you are drawing from the camera angle. Okay? So it's up to you. So let's back to our first scene. Let's gonna draw. Yeah, no, this is not the camera. This one, view, camera. No, it's the first one. Yeah, I want this camera. Okay, so let's imagine that I got one guy here. It's gonna add another grease pencil. One guy here. It's gonna be something. First, I want grease pencil here. Okay, so I want to create grease pencil here. Here's the center of the grease pencil. I want to draw, and exactly I want some material black. Okay, and the guy is like this. And I want this character here. Okay, but I don't know exactly. I have to make a design of this as well. For a storyboard art, it's not very important, but if you want to design all the scene, and let's gonna try to add another grease pencil, use surface, draw surface, and you can draw here the scene. For example, this is gonna be something like this. I don't know, I want some tubes around here. If you want, you can use this tool. You want to make lines with F. You can move up and down. You can see that the line is going to be wider or thinner. So use this to design your shot as well, if you don't have it. Okay, I want some pipes here, coming like this, I don't know. Some pipes here, coming this way, this way. Whatever you want, you can do whatever you want. Okay, you can duplicate this here to see how it looks as well. So this way you can design your shot perfectly. Oops. And I think it's enough for cameras and surface drawing for design. Well, another thing you can use is pick up the camera. This is our camera. You can see it's highlighted, it's selected. And use depth of field. This is important as well because, for example, we want this grease pencil. It's gonna be our focal point, but you want this. It's gonna be like this. We don't have lights yet, so we have to do it in this material mode. But you can apply some depth of field to see how it looks. Okay, I want the camera here, and the other one I want some kind of blur. And you can animate the camera as well. So if I go here, move like this, and I can click here, insert, location, rotating scale, and move like 20, frame 20, and I can move the camera like this. Because I wanted the camera make some kind of zoom, because the character is gonna do it. It's gonna deactivate the depth of field. So you can do it. You can rotate the camera, it's up to you guys. If we have a 3D character, it's gonna be easier. It's what I'm going to use in the next video. Okay, so you can check where the character it is. Okay, so let's go into continue. So here we are in Mixamo. This website is very useful if we want to rotoscope some character, and we can pick up some animations that they are going to help us to do a storyboard posing our character. Okay, you don't need it if you are very skillful drawing, but it's going to help us quite a lot. So at the beginning, when you have to sign up, and when you enter to the website, you can see that there are many characters here. So if you find some character, it's gonna be more similar to the character you are drawing, pick up one of them. You can upload here your own character as well. You have to upload your SPX or OBJ. But for me, this is more than enough. So I'm just gonna try to find some run. Okay, if you click here, you can see all the animation, but I want all the animation in place. Okay, I don't want to move the animation, so you can download here. It's gonna download this. Okay, click. Let's gonna find another one. For example, some slide. Yeah, this running slides looks nice. I'm gonna download two, and we are going back to Blender. So here we are in Blender. I'm gonna import the OBJ. So let's see this one. Sometimes if you have one character that is done by your own, you have to scale this probably to 100. But like this, for this character is enough. The scale is okay. Click on automatic bone orientation. Okay, otherwise it's gonna be awful the orientation of the bones. But it doesn't matter, to be honest. It's just some visual style, because I don't like to see the bones perpendicular to the body, but it doesn't matter. So we can import this. I'm gonna delete the cube. We can import this. This is the character right now. If I play, this is what we got. Okay, so I'm gonna import another one. FBX running slide. This is the other one. Okay, so now we are going to nonlinear animation. This is first animation. It's gonna be run. I click here to add another track. Okay, we have here another track. Add. Here we are our action strip. Slide. Here we have the slide animation. So I can move this a little bit. And right now this character, I can delete it. Delete hierarchy. Okay, but I'm gonna add another track. And I'm gonna add another action key, another RAM. So we can add this here. Cool. Yeah, it looks really nice. I'm gonna hide this as well. View this as fire. Yeah, much better. So right now, what we have to do is to create some helper. Rotate X 90 degrees, and I'm gonna parent this armature to this circle. Okay, select first the armature, and after that the circle. Control P, select object. Okay, so right now if I want to move this character, I can move it. You know, you can move the character along your scene. Okay, super. And now what we have to do is we're gonna set up the camera. Control key. and I'm gonna add, I don't know, some cube here, and I'm gonna animate this. I can even power on the camera to this object as well. So if I move this, you're gonna move the camera. So let's gonna add some frame here, and I'm gonna move this like something here, and as you can see, okay, and I'm gonna move the camera as well, add some key, okay, I want it here, gonna move this here. Yeah. So we have here some cool animation. Okay, that is gonna work, it's more than enough. And now let's gonna add some plane here, some ground. And this is gonna be something a bit more like a pillar. I'm gonna duplicate this. In fact, I'm gonna use an array. This. Cool. So right now it's time to use our grease pencil and set up the grease pencil for Rotoscope. Okay, so what you have to do is to create some grease pencil blank, and going to the camera, and I'm gonna change this to 2D animation. Okay, I don't want this, I want this. Yeah, I'm gonna create a new material, use ink. Okay, F, and now I can draw. So I'm gonna draw some frame, but before, as you can see, the character check you have origin and view, because we are drawing for this camera angle. But this is because this happened because the grease pencil is in the middle of the object. So what you can do first is we're going to select our grease pencil, select our circle, parent. This way the grease pencil is gonna move with our object. Okay, if I move this circle as well, I'm gonna move the grease pencil on the camera and everything. So, but it doesn't work because you don't want to draw here in the middle. So what I can do is select this select this object and move to the camera direction a little bit. So something like this. Now select everything, delete, and now I can draw. Okay, so right now we can start to draw. I'm just gonna draw some character. You can use as well your layers as a guide. For example, we can do some sketch here and make another layer and make the final draw there, you know. So it's gonna be nice. Yeah. This can be the armor. So the only thing we need to do next is to add one layer here and draw the final sketch. Just gonna draw here another frame. So this way I created this scene, exactly the same principle, and I use many frames to do this. I've animated the camera. These are the frames here. You know, this is too much to be a storyboard, but I really like to show you all the possibilities of this. And the good thing about this is that I have copy and paste the same frame here to here. You know, I can select this, select all, Ctrl C, come here, Ctrl V. You can paste the same frame, and I've done the same here. So you can save a lot of time copy and pasting different frames to show the animation. Okay. So you don't need to draw everything from scratch all the time, otherwise it's going to be very time consuming. So let's talk about lighting and rendering and how to set up different particles effect in the next video. So let's talk about lighting and rendering. You just need to activate this ambient, bloom, screen space, reflection like always. You can activate volumetric and lighting and shadows as well if you want. And I got the lighting around here because my computer is a bit slow, but lighting is very simple. I just add some emission shader here to this as you can see, to this object. I just select these polygons. You can do the same if you want. I just select these polygons and I apply this shader. Very easy. And I've got this array, so it's gonna be repeat along this X. And so if you change here the color as well, it's gonna change the color in all the tunnel, okay? And the same for the upper part of the lights. But I've added some area lights here as well in the ground. It's these lights. I haven't renamed this, but these are area lights. Okay, and why? Because this mission is not strong enough to lighten the tunnel, so I have to add some lights here to get this nice mood. And I've added a sun as well, as you can see, because the ceiling is open, to lighten the floor a little bit. So we've got two different color temperature between lightning from the sun and these area lights. Okay, I got this light as well that is parent to the character and it's animated, and that's all. Regarding lighting, that's all. It's very simple, guys. Yes, second thing is that I've added some another elements here. Okay, and it's this nice light into the character. I haven't done this with layers. I've done this with Christmas effects, and I'll show you. So we got this. This is our character. It's very simple. You just need to go here, and this is not working right now. I use some blur. Gonna hide this, and a ring light. You know, you can add a ring light to the character. Let's gonna add. Well, you can add some ring light, or you can add whatever you want. Here are some sound effects that you can add. For example, you can colorize all the character with these default settings. You know, you can colorize with this color, this is sound effect. I haven't used this. I use a ring light, which is this one. You can adjust exactly the position of the rim. For example, this one, you can change the color like this. You can blur it as well. So there's another blend mode here. You can use add or whatever you want. So it's up to you. What you want to do. Okay. So this is the way I've done this. This is the light, and I've added some blur effect that is not gonna be affected right now too much, but since this is an animation is running, I think it would be nice to have this effect as well. I have used this effect as well here. If I go to the latest camera and the back, and I think it's around here. Yeah, here I've added this blur. Yes, you can see here, this is animated as well. I use blur, and you can see that this blur is animated. You just need to use the parameter you want and animate it. So this is the way it's done. You know, here it's okay, but here it starts to blur it. And I've done this to get a sense of speed. So effects are really cool. Try some of them. You can use this one as well to get, for example, let's imagine that we have draw some, I don't know, some water falling. You can add this effect. That is super cool, and you can animate this. That's really cool. Try some of them to see what you can get with this, because these are really nice. Last thing is particles. So I'm gonna show you how to make some shots like this. Okay. And I will show you in a new scene. So this is a new scene, and let's gonna create some shots. I'm gonna make new sphere and scaling this X. This is gonna be our shot. Smooth. Going to, I want to give it some, I could do it here, but it doesn't matter. Some emission shader. Okay, I'm gonna put this blur, and I'm gonna activate this bloom. This is gonna be the important thing. And this, so let's gonna see what's happened. Like this, I'm gonna use a wall a little bit darker. Yeah, right now this is gonna be our shot. Okay. I'm going to create some particle system. I'm gonna add here some particle system slot. It's already done. Let's go into timeline here and see what happened. Okay, this is what happened by default. So I'm gonna change this. I'm going to render. I don't want this as halo, I want an object, and it's gonna be this object, the sphere. As you can see, now we've got this. I'm gonna hide the sphere right now. It doesn't work exactly as we want, so I'm gonna create some force field. And I'm going to increase the strength. Okay, it's minus 500. Now, so right now it's working, but we don't want this direction, so it's very simple. You just need to click here, select the object and rotate 90 degrees, and that's all. So right now we've got this animation, we got our shots coming this way, and that's all. If we want to modify the size of this, it's well very simple. I'm gonna hide this. Again, we got this, And here we have a scale of our object, scale randomness, so you can see different size on each shot. And it's working right now pretty well. If we think this is too much, we can play with the settings. I don't want to affect the rotation. Yeah, much better. So here you have as well all the different settings. You can increase your number of shots, okay, to have more, less. The lifetime of the shot, maybe you can decrease it. Yeah, much better. Because as you can see right now, we don't have these particles that go back and all the shot coming this way. So this is how it done. I was seeing. It's gonna check it again. So as you can see, I've got here one emitter, this box, and I've done absolutely the same. Okay, these are our shots. And hide this, and select the box. Don't forget to hide this, otherwise you can see in render this box, and we don't want that. Okay, but it's absolutely the same. Yeah. So this is the way to create some particle effects. You can play with all the force field we've got here, and you can create a ton of different effects to play with, you know. So play with it, and if your computer is powerful, you can do whatever you want with this. Okay. So final video is how to render this and edit the video in Blender itself. You can do the same with another program, editing program. I don't know, you can use DaVinci or whatever you want because it's free, or you can do it in Blender as well. That works pretty well. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to edit our video. I rendered the video as PNG, one of the cameras. Well, I rendered all three cameras, so if we want to edit this in Blender, you just need to go here to video editing, here, video editing tab. Here you can add some image sequence. Okay, go to our renders, select frame 1, and last one. You add this, and you get this camera render. Okay, I'm gonna add another one, camera left. Yeah, this is still the camera. Starts here. You can cut this. It's key. You can cut the video as well and move this here. Here you have the end of the video. If you want to open up the timeline, you can do it as well. Something like here. I don't want this right now. And here we have this. If you want to add some fade, it's gonna add some color, black color here. I'm gonna move this here. I want this. Okay, I select this one, and add transition cross. Okay. So right now we've got a nice fade in. If you want to move this a little bit because you want the fade takes longer, you can move the color and the fade is gonna move as well. Okay. You can have another transition here between this and this. Cross. Nice. If you want to add another one, it's gonna add another color. I'm gonna put down here and select both of two. Be careful with the selection because you have to select first one and after that the color, otherwise it's gonna be the opposite way. Cross, and it's gonna fade out. Okay, here you have to select this first, this second, and here the opposite. Okay, I'm gonna tell us this one. So it's very simple to set up this and super quickly. And for example, I'm gonna add some sounds. This song is really cool. Oh, it's cool. This. Right here. So that's basically all, guys. You can cut this with key, it's the shortcut, and move, and you can add fade for the music as well, and that's all. You know, here you have with the volume. You see, it's very simple, guys. So you can do the same with another video editors, yes, but I think that Blender offers almost the same and everything the same program, so do it. For simple things like this, it's more than enough. You can add as well some modifiers and modify the colors, curves, bright, contrast, everything. So, but we don't need it. So that's basically all. So I hope you liked the tutorial and you enjoyed. And see you soon with more work. Okay, enjoy, guys.